decided to make some bread today. Perfect place. We're at camp, right? So make some fresh bread. Today I'm going to make my cheddar jalapeno loaf that I stole off of YouTube, and the recipe itself actually works, and it works consistently, and it's money. So 2 cups of warm water, not hot but warm. We're going to add 2.5 teaspoons of active dry yeast, and 2.5. Stir that up, and you're going to let it sit. You're only going to let it sit for like 10 minutes. And then, this is the freaking easiest recipe ever. If I can do it, anybody can do it. What you're going to do is you're going to do 3.5 cups. So 1, 2, 3. My bowl of half. Don't overthink it. Just should be fine. 3.5 cups of, I'm using bread flour. They say you can use regular flour. I don't know. I just use bread flour because that's the first recipe I saw on YouTube, and I tried it and it worked. To this, I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons of salt. So 1.5. Now, I already rough chopped some jalapeno pepper rings. These ones I got from Wegmans, $2. Gonna throw that in there. And I bought a bag of farm style shreds, so the thick cut cheese, triple cheddar blend. You can find this mostly everywhere. This is a 2-cup package, and this is what you need for the recipe, 2 cups. But you're only gonna put, I would say, like 80%. You're gonna save some for the top, and I'll show you that later. And that's it. You're gonna mix these ingredients. That way we get the salt everywhere, everything covered. I swear to God, this is the easiest recipe. If you ever decide you want to become a baker, start with this thing, because this is awesome. Okay, good enough. Let's go. All right, so this. I think we're ready. It's good. All you're going to do is slowly dump this into the liquid mixture. I actually saw this on YouTube as well. I'm trying to remember the guy's name, but the guy's channel is all like artisan bread. I think his name is Steve. He uses the handle side to stir this up, right? You really aren't using your hands. You haven't touched anything really. And all you want to do is stir this up. Not fast. Just get it to come all together. So if you think of one of those little mixers, it's got the dough hook. You're pretty much doing the same thing here. Just getting it all together. All right, as you can see, it's coming together. What you want to do is grab my spatula. one. So again, we're up at camp, so we're not at home. So we're slowly learning what tools we have and don't have here to be more prepared. So what we're going to do is clean this off. Boom, the only mess so far. Scrape the sides here, get that all in. And that's it. And now we're going to let this sit. We'll cover it with some wrap. Let it sit until it doubles in size. This side. And as you can see, the bowl is bigger than the saran wrap. I got a little space here. So we'll just cover this up as well. And that's it. Now we're going to let it sit for an hour till it doubles in size, and then we'll move on to the next steps. All right. It's been about an hour or so. As you can see, the dough has doubled in size. And it's a little jiggly. So, what we're going to do here is, first of all, we are going to grab a little bit of flour, because I saw this on one of the videos, and lightly coat the top. I don't know what the purpose of this is, but they did it. I'm doing it. Next, I'm going to generously surface this cutting board, because this is where you have to start touching the dough using your hands and whatnot. All right. Now, wash your hands. So, this is what you need to do. Because the dough is going to be sticky, you want to dip your hands into water. So that way the dough doesn't stick to it too much. And then all you want to do is go to the edge and start pulling the dough back. All right? Get as much of it as you can out. Boom. As you can see, minimum loss. And then what you're going to do is just start folding in on itself. As you can see, the flour makes this easy. And what you want to do is just form a ball. I just tuck, 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 tuck. You get it. And literally, that's it. Now, I'm using a Dutch oven. So I'm going to coat this parchment paper that is actually for an air fryer. Right? Just a little bit. And I'm going to drop this right in the center. Now, other videos you'll see they'll use a whole piece of parchment paper or whatnot. I'm not doing that. I use this and it works well. And then I'm going to spray the top with a little bit of olive oil. Next, I'm going to take the remainder of that cheese, just a little bit, throw it on top. Make it look nice and pretty. And then I hand pick some choice jalapenos, so they look nice. And I'm going to rest them right on top as best I can. You don't have to do this. I'm just trying to be cool about it. Okay, give me 1 second to wash my hands because the fun begins now. I've had the Dutch oven heating up in the oven at 450 degrees for about 30 minutes. So as you can imagine, it's nice and hot. So this is the part where you need to be careful or you will burn yourself. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're going to drop it right as best you can in the center without burning yourself. Cover it and get it back in the oven at 450 degrees for 30 minutes. Set a timer. Don't wing it. I'll be back. All right, it's been about 30 minutes. Now what you're going to do is slowly and carefully take the cover off. Look at it. Tell me how that looks. Now we're going to put it back in there for 15 minutes just to get a little more color. Set the timer. All right, after an additional 15 minutes, this is the end result. I took it out of the oven, put it on a cooling rack, and now I'm not going to touch it for at least 30 minutes. And then it's going to be so soft on the inside, nice little crunch on the outside. And all you really need is a Dutch oven, like one of these jobbers. Becky picked this one up at TJ Maxx or Marshall's, so I don't know, for 50 bucks. I know that there's a Le Creux set, Le Creux blah, 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 whatever, for hundreds of dollars. You don't need that. 50 bucks. And you can do this all day long.